Okay, good. Hello, everyone. I'm Lisa Olsanaski with Office Centers and Virtual Office Centers, where we have innovative workspace solutions for small businesses. I want to welcome all of you today to PowerLunch. We are so excited. We have one of our very favorite valued Office Centers clients that I have the privilege to introduce to all of you, Lisa Lillemoen. She will be presenting. It's a big woohoo! Woohoo! Lisa is the founder of BeBody Spa and Global Holistic and Executive Consulting. She has over 20 years helping her clients nationwide access and utilize the intelligence of the mind and body for success in both personal and professional development. Through consulting, Lisa engages with mental and emotional aspects of health with the BeBody, and BeBody offers her clients support with physical health by rejuvenation of the face and body. The results are inches lost or a more youthful, vibrant face. Who doesn't want that? Love it. Her clients have included the wellness department at Macalester College, management at Nike, Microsoft, as well as educators, students, parents, and couples. Lisa volunteers as an educator and coach to high school psychology classes and athletics. She's published in newspapers and radio guests and presented at different wellness events. So with that, let's all welcome Lisa. Yay!
So thank you everybody for coming out today to really learn about some advanced technology. Like Lisa was talking about, is that my original business is in personal and professional development. So originally I was working with MindBody, how to really help people deliver their vision and the thing that what they loved in the world. And as social media started to come in to play, more and more appearances started to be very important. So appearances meaning, how vibrant do you look? What is your first impression? I mean, of course, first impressions have always been important, but social media really, really brings this out where it's important. And we're all very, very busy these days. So what a better way to do this than technology to help us. So some of the stuff that some of the equipment that you're going to see today is things that you can come into an appointment in the middle of the day and walk out feeling and looking great. So it's not something, none of it has downtime to it. It's all natural. It all makes you look and feel fantastic. So let's get started.
Give it a second here. First curveball of the day, right?
We all start out with a blank canvas.
That's right. There you go, Lisa.
And from there, technology.
Well, that's that part. Let's see if we can keep it going.
Oh, good. Hi, Jim.
Maybe go to the next slide. Try that one.
Okay.
There it is.
There we go.
It's supposed to put a blank slide in your slide.
Okay.
Go for it.
So what BeBody Spa offers is energy light, facial rejuvenation, and lipo-laser body sculpting. So these are the two treatments that we'll be talking about today. So what is energy light facial rejuvenation? Energy light facial rejuvenation was developed by an acupuncturist named Dr. Darren Starwin. And he also has an institute where he continues to educate people with this particular very advanced type of work to help with youthful appearances with your face. So what energy light rejuvenation is, or it's called ELR, it treats the underlying cause of aging skin and reduces fine lines and wrinkles. It re-educates the facial muscles, repairs skin on a cellular level. It builds collagen, tightens skin, relaxes facial tension, and restores skin to its youthful tone and color. So let me talk about this a little bit more about what this is. So the face, like a really good workout, when you go with a really good workout, the face has muscles underneath. And under the skin is a muscular structure that opens our eyes. It opens our mouth, smiles, and what happens as we age is these muscle tones and stuff, they start to sag and loosen, just like any other muscle in your body. And so what facial rejuvenation does is that it helps to re-educate those facial muscles. It's the opposite actually of Botox and that type of thing where that freezes the muscle. So let me explain to you, here is the Accutron machine. And when you come in for a session, a treatment session, you start to work with color, light, and microcurrent frequency. So what color does, we take specifically to your skin type, whatever is going on with your skin. We look at, I'll do like an assessment on you, and we work with the specific tones and colors of your skin in order to decide what's the best frequency and what's the best color for you to work with. When I work with your skin, I work with the muscles and start to lift the muscles and open the circulation in the face. What happens as we work with that is very relaxing, and people start to, like, their tone and the color starts to come out. So when I'm working to lift the muscle and open the skin tone in the first part of the treatment. The second part of the treatment actually tones the skin, and then the last part of the treatment, we start to lift the muscle again. Some of the benefits of facial rejuvenation is that there's no surgery. It's non-surgical. There's no injections, no bruising, no partial chemicals, and no downtime. When you go in, say you were to go in for a Botox treatment, this is kind of the opposite of facial rejuvenation. What a Botox treatment does is that freezes your face and it freezes the muscles. So underneath your skin tone, you're actually putting toxins into your body and freezing it, where this is re-educating your face. So if you think about when you're at a more youthful, like when your skin is a little younger and how vibrant a small child is, this is what's happening to our skin tone. It's like what we start to do is we start to notice sagging in our skin, and as we re-educate these facial muscles, it starts to lift it up and bring out the color and the light of the skin.
So, excuse me, if a person has a tan complexion, does that now that's back to your natural, say, white?
No. Okay. So, let's say the client comes in and their lifestyle choices, like they've had more tan in their face, or they have they smoke more, or they drink more. None of that. I need to sort of calm down here. I'm so sorry. This is my first time doing this particular one, so no, it doesn't take any color out of your skin.
So it still matches the natural tan that you might have?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it does nothing to actually take color out of your skin. If you smoke, it will take the grayness out of your face, but it does not take color out of your skin. That's some of the questions that I had too when I first started doing this, is like, will it, does it actually, once you stop doing it, does your face drop or anything like that? No. It's something that actually stays with your face. So it's like getting a really good workout on your face, and the only thing with aging, it'll just start to go back to its natural place that it was. So one of the things that you will, when you come in, this is the microcurrent part of it. So when we're doing this part of the facial rejuvenation, we actually lift the face and we lift the muscles more in the face. This part of it works with the acupuncture points. Here's the acupuncture points on my face. Chinese face mapping. One of the benefits, in addition to just actual really good appearance, what starts to happen is that we work the acupuncture points, and on the face is different. So say you've got darkness under your eyes, that's problems with the kidneys. Or you have lines on your forehead right here, that would be issues with your liver. Now, this is just an added bonus of this. If you went to an acupuncturist, they would work with this, but this is just something that you get from doing the treatments. And the different colors of the face, as well, the different tone in your face, also shows what's going on with the different parts of your body. because I do holistic work, in addition to that with supplements and things like that, I could help you with if there is anything extra that you might need. So one of the interesting things that I found since doing this with people, like past smokers, even if they had stopped smoking for a long time, around their mouth, like all of a sudden the toxins start to come out of their face. They maybe stopped for 10 years, and the toxins, like the lines are still from the smoking and the toxins, and they'll be released from the face. Another thing, like skin, like, dark, like sunspots and stuff like that, we can lighten those sunspots. Most of the time, the face is actually just dehydrated. So when you do this, it's important to drink a lot of water, because a lot of what happens with the face is just dehydration. And as you work your treatments through, you do these more and more, you're actually going to really notice like complete changes in your whole face. Most people will notice after one treatment you get results. That's the really, really exciting part about this, is that in one treatment you'll start to see results. So how many treatments? Again, most clients will see results after the first treatment. And generally it takes about 8 to 10 treatments. Again, it depends on lifestyle. It depends on the age of the skin, about when and how many treatments that you will need. But it's recommended that you come at least 1 time a week, but 1 to 2 times a week in the very beginning stages of your treatments, so that when your face is getting that, the muscular structures are being rebuilt and re-educated in your face, that you continue that. After that, we'll look at a customized maintenance plan, and that's generally every 2 to 6 weeks, again, depending on what your face is. A lot of people would just, they do it once a week, so it really feels great. Say you've got an event that you need to present at, or something you need to go to, you can come in, for a treatment, and it just really picks your face up. It plumps your skin up and really takes the lines out of your skin. Does anyone have any questions about the facial rejuvenation?
Can you demonstrate on Lisa? I'll see her be shocked.
Actually, I do have this one with, when I go to events and stuff, when I go to the, Lisa's actually been in before. So when I...
That electric-shock?
Years ago.
Okay, I have this at France Office Centers. That's where, when I started, I thought about opening a spa, and part of how this came to me was I was just actually doing it personally, and the person that I went to, she had wanted to give it up because she was not the salespeople. She was on a team of 3. The salespeople left the business to go into a different type of sale, and left her as a practitioner. So she just really wanted to give it up, and so she gave it to me and gave me her clients at that time. And she said, this really would work perfectly in a holistic practice, something where people are working holistically. But because I work with business executives, it's just such a really nice thing for people to do for themselves. Again, image is so important more and more today. Your first image, how you present yourself. There's something about the face. People look at the face when they first see you, and how vibrant does your face look when they see you. When clients come through, like, their smile seems to come out more, and their eyes seem to pop more after they've had these treatments. But when I go to an event, I will do just a small little area, 5 minutes, and you get results. It's really, really amazing how fast the results work. So, lipo laser body sculpting, that's the second part of what we do, and this is for weight loss and inches loss. Now just kind of notice, this is the machine that we have, and I've done a lot of research with, because there is more of this in the Minneapolis area. This is actually the only, BeBody is the only one that has this particular machine for the microcurrent. All the other places, there's only like 2 people that are really doing this. all they do is the microcurrent with the wands. So all they're doing is this part of it. They don't have the color and the light, so they're not working the acupuncture points. They're just building the muscle. So this is the only one with that in the Minneapolis area. And in terms of the lipo laser, if you notice that we have 14 paddles, and as I speak more, I'll tell you what that means. Again, I've done a lot of research about who's doing what in this area, and we've got some of the more advanced equipment. So lipo laser body sculpting. Again, we have 14 paddles, and what we do is a person comes in and they're working on a targeted area. Perhaps it's their abs, or their thighs, or their arms, or their back. So whatever the area is that they're targeting, because we have 14 paddles, it covers a larger area. And it's low-level laser. Again, it's a laser. This is not microcurrent. It's actually a laser, and it also has color as well that penetrates deep into the adipose layer of the tissue to liquefy the fat content. The adipose layer is the loose connective tissue, which basically is fat. So it also speeds up metabolism, and it releases the fat through the lymphatic system, sweat, or during urination. And the results are inches lost on the targeted body area. One of the things that, because I do psychology work, what the ego is the personality, the part of the personality that delivers, basically. It is what wants to make things concrete and solid. It likes things to be repeated. That's its job. So it's really interesting with the shape of our body. I also work with quantum physics. The shape of our body, it doesn't think about it as positive or negative. It just does the same thing. That's what it does on an unconscious level. So what we want to do is trigger it into a conscious level so that we can actually change the form. That's why weight loss is so difficult sometimes, is because we get back into these repeating patterns so easily. So with lipo laser, the results are so immediate that you kind of like, and your pant size changes so directly, so immediately. It's a little bit of a shock on the system, just like going to a really good workout where you're supposed to shock the system in order to develop a new pattern. So that's what lipo laser does. It literally is inches lost very quickly. So how fit is your fat? The adipose tissue. Don't you love that? I never thought about that, right? We're always trying to get muscle going, right? So it is basically the body fat. And there is two types of fat, and one is the subcutaneous fat, which is just beneath the skin, and its function is to insulate from the heat or the cold. And the visceral fat is around the organs, and its function is protective padding around the organs. What happens is that the fat cell can grow out of shape and replicate, making more fat cells. So that's what happens, that we are born with so many fat cells, and there's a couple times now research is showing that they can replicate. We used to think that you had so many and that was it. But during adolescence and later on in adulthood, if there's stress or rapid weight loss, they actually can replicate, and you can get more of them. You can't get rid of fat cells, but you can change them. Well, you can get rid of them through liposuction, but you can change the shape of them. So you can have leaner ones and empty out the fat cells as opposed to getting rid of them unless you have surgery. So how do they grow, or how do you keep them in shape? By consuming more calories or food than expending for energy, because basically what the fat is for, it is to give the muscles in the body energy. So that is what the purpose of them originally are for. Hormone imbalances, toxins. Our food is really filled with a lot of toxins. So why we're seeing such kind of an epidemic and struggle with our weight these days is because of the toxins that are in our food. So the adipose tissue actually holds onto the fat, and it holds it in the system. What lipolaser does is it detoxifies and it liquefies the content of the fat cell, and it gets rid of it. So, and stress, of course, is one of the other things, because the adipose tissue is it's a metabolic system, and there's hormones and chemicals, and cortisol is one of them. And cortisol is from a lot of stress. One of the dangerous parts of the visceral fat is because it's around the organs, and if you're getting them larger or you're getting more of them, it actually starts to have impact on the functioning of the fat, of the organs, and that's where we get more of the disease and the problems into it. So this is what's really exciting about the lipolaser, is because it really does help to, even if you have a really good diet and you exercise, you know, you can still have the struggle because of some of the toxins, because of the stress of being a professional person. You know, all of these things can, you know, we have problems with. So this is a really great thing for people to come in, you know, on a lunch hour or you know, after work or something, once a week, and really help to kind of detoxify the body and help to jumpstart and maintain your weight. So here's like the subcutaneous is like the thin part, and the visceral is the internal part. So like if you see more, you know, belly fats, you'll probably have a little bit more visceral fats. If it's more like underneath the surface, underneath the surface is a little bit tougher. It's more of a stubborn, but the visceral fat is more where the difficulties can be. And you know, this is really important, because what is one of the major things of all the work that I've done with people, the bottom line is, if you don't have health, you won't show up for work. You know, that's at the very end of the day, you know, how healthy you feel is how you're going to perform. Now, secondly, you know, is the image that we have and how we present ourselves to the world kind of makes it a little bit easier to get it, you know, like to get to where you're going to feel confident about what you're doing, to kind of, you know, to deliver your business. But so we've got two things that BeBody can help you with. It's the image of delivering what it is that you're out there, and it's also the health, which is the underlying thing. So, the benefits of BeBody Slab, our particular lipolaser. Here's the differences as well, is that there is the 14 paddles. When I was doing research on that, there is some out there that really have like only 4. So if you think about the difference between 14 that's covering the larger portion, or 4 of them, and what they would do is they'd come in half the session and move them around, so you're really only getting half a treatment. So something to kind of consider, like they have Groupons and stuff like that, which may seem like a cheaper deal or a better deal or something, but you're really getting smaller, half the treatment. The other thing is that there's 2 different wavelengths. So in your session, when you come in, you'll have 2 different wavelengths. One is the 940, which is a higher frequency, and a light blue, which is a more pure light, and what that goes deeper into the adipose tissue. So like what happens with the pure light, it's getting deeper into the tissue so that it can liquefy. So like some of the visceral fat, some of the deeper fat. And then the second part of it, and this is what you'll find in every other one that I ever went to, is they only have a 650 wavelength red light. And that part of the treatment is more heat. And so it doesn't go as deep into the tissue. It's a little bit more heat. It's not uncomfortable at all, but that actually helps to speed up the metabolic and the lymphatic system to get rid of it. So it's still working with liquefying it, but it's more the metabolic and the lymphatic. So of the research I did, a lot of the ones that are around are only the 650. These are things, you know, how would you know? You know, who does research on this unless you're part of it? So it's kind of interesting to know what you're, you know, what's out there. It tightens skin. It's very relaxing, and it's pain-free. This is so relaxing. You come out, you're rejuvenated. You feel like you have energy, and your inches lost. How can you beat that? you know, in just 1 hour. Oops,
Yeah.
what happened? There's no downtime, so you leave and you're ready to go. There's no damage to the fat cells or skin. It's not invasive, and there's no surgery. If anyone has heard of the opposite to this would be the cool sculpting. And cool sculpting actually freezes the fat, and then it goes through the lymphatic system. So it's the opposite. When I went to talk to doctors about the differences with this, they had, and like people who do liposuction, the actual surgery part of it, where they can see it, they saw that the people who had done cool sculpting, because usually people will go from this if they want to actually get rid of the fat into a liposuction or surgery, that actually had scar tissue from the cool sculpting. And the clients who came to me who had tried cool sculpting, they actually said that it's painful. It hurts really a lot. This is really relaxing. It's heat, liquefies, and it's relaxing. Number of treatments. It is recommended, after a consultation, we'll kind of look at what it is that you would need. There is, if someone really has obesity or any other issues, it really is not the best treatment. They've already kind of got to the point where they would need something more like, either a very strict diet or to work with a medical doctor, because now we're talking about an illness and disease as opposed to just weight management. So there's a difference of what this actually will help with. And optimally, you want to come 2 to 3 times a week, every other day. For sure, you want to come twice a week to get yourself jump started. Once a week really is not going to. I mean, you're going to get some benefit from it, but if you're really wanting to do something, it's best to come twice a week for sure. And then to have a healthy diet and exercise program with it, because if you think about what's happening is that you're opening the fat cell, and then you're draining the fat cell and it's open. So you want to make sure what you're putting back in is making you leaner and supporting what you're doing. No eating 1 hour before or after is required, because you're really preparing your body for this, and then you're wanting to drink water to flush it out, and then it does settle down so you can maintain your diet or what you're working with. Oops. So anyone have any questions about the laser?
What is the business model? How much does it cost for treatments?
The treatment is $90 per session, and I do have a PowerLunch special today, which we'll get to. So, and I do, have specialists throughout the time. So it's $90 for either one.
And when you do the lipo laser, how much do you lose?
Inches.
Or pounds or whatever.
Again,
how do you measure results?
How you measure results is through inches. Okay, because again, the fat cells are not. So the fat actually comes from what you're wanting to do. This is kind of thinking about this differently. You're actually making the fat cells leaner and then building the muscle so that you see muscle tone. That's how you get a lean body. So you're not losing fat. So the weight comes from leaning out the body. So we measure it by inches.
So how many treatments would it take to lose 2 inches?
Usually within a 2-week period of time, twice a week. Again, it depends on if the person is going out to eat afterwards, or they have to really be thinking about what they're doing. So what I usually see is 2 times for 3 weeks, and you're going to see results, and then you can back it off. Generally speaking, depending on the person's lifestyle.
So regardless of the program and how many times you go, you still have to maintain a healthy diet. You can't. This isn't a get out of jail free card.
Yeah.
Okay.
It isn't, but at the same time, like I think about my life is very stressful, and because I'm opening a second business and I've got my other business going, and so I'm more of a non-regular eater than being too much, and so that also has something to do with your metabolism. And I know if I wasn't doing this, I would have more issues, because it just, as you age, it's harder and harder to maintain. So I'm not perfect at my things that I do at all, and it still works.
Okay. Good to know.
So like if you're gonna be going on an event, this is a great thing. You want to feel great before you go. There you go.
Yeah.
And then you finish your treatment with the whole body vibration training, and that's this machine here. So you have your session is begins with the lipo laser, and you have the 940 part of it, that part of the treatment, the 650 part of the treatment, 15 minutes each, and then this is a 10-minute workout afterwards. So the whole.
So, anyway, it looks like you're gonna.
Yes.
What's it do for?
Yes. Okay. So whole body vibration training is a discipline where varying frequencies, aptitudes, and forces are transferred into the body, enabling anaerobic activity, which is burning energy without oxygen, the opposite of cardio. So again, what is the goal? The goal to fat and weight loss is to burn energy, because that's what it's there in the first place for. So we want to burn the energy in order to lose weight. And the whole body vibration helps by doing that. You basically stand on the machine. This is another thing, you're super tired and you're working like crazy. You come in, you get your session, and then you stand on the machine and get a 45-minute workout in 10 minutes. So who can beat that?
You just stand there. You don't even have to move your legs.
This is the difference between cardio and anaerobic activities. So this machine, it moves pivotal and linear. So pivotal is like jumping from side to side, and linear is like jumping up and down. So literally you're standing on this machine and it is moving like this, and it's moving like this. So in addition to doing this, it spins the cells in a clockwise position. And what we want, in order for cells to be healthy, they need to be going in clockwise. When they're in a degenerative, they go counterclockwise, because clockwise they're taking nutrition out, getting rid of toxins. The other one, they're just holding it or not letting anything at all in. So so this is actually working on a cellular level, as well as working your body and your mind. And it accelerates metabolism, the metabolic and the lymphatic system. So after you're done with your lipo laser, which you've already been speeding up your metabolism and your lymphatic drainage, this accelerates that as well, and it tones and strengthens the muscle tone. So it builds circulation. It really feels really well. Feels great when you get done.
So, what happens if you were to just go do like a regular workout after instead of doing that?
You could do that. That's the same thing. You just want, a workout afterwards is actually great. That's what you need to do, is you need to keep the metabolism going so you're getting the best out of it. Yeah. So any questions before we
So on the vibration machine, is that a session as well, or are you trying to sell a machine?
No, I'm not selling a machine. That's part of it. In order to do with the lipo laser, it's part of the session.
So it includes the vibration?
Yes, absolutely. Because in order to get the best results, we use that too. Part of the goal here is for busy professionals, for people to really you do your workouts, you do all this stuff to get that added support that someone needs. And using technology really helps to do that, because there's more and more out there right now to really help us with this. So if you have 1 hour a week and you want to come in and try one of these things, it really helps. Any other questions?
So how long does the phase take, and then
Each session is 1 hour. Yeah. And this is not maintenance. So the lipo laser is really a series of sessions. You can come in and you can do maintenance work if you want, but it's usually a series of maybe 6 to 10 sessions, and getting yourself either jump started or maintaining what you do, what you're already doing. Whereas the
facial rejuvenation really is a maintenance program. I mean, you can stop doing it. It's not going to change. You know, you're not going to have. There's no negative results from stopping, but it's something that you would want to continue to do because the face is something that continues to age, and you'd want to support that. Questions? So we have a special for you today for all you guys, everyone that came out today. I'm really grateful for everyone to come out and really check out. I mean, to have the advanced technologies that we have and to start knowing that there is resources out there for people, I'd like to give you a great special, and it's 2 one-hour sessions for $100. Normally it's $90 a session, so it's a great way to try it. I do recommend that if you could do one of each if you wanted to, but to try 2 of them. Within 2, you're going to have some results either way. So if you want to check it out, just see what it does for you, then this would be a great way if you just give us a call. One of the things I forgot to mention about the facial rejuvenation is that it works with acne really well. My son, when he was 17 years old, he did the Accutane, which is, it's pharmaceuticals. It's very, very hard on the liver, very difficult, but it works. But it's very, very, it's dangerous. You know, they take it off. There's only certain people who can do it. So it worked great at 17. He turned 25 when his hormones and everything were going again. A vengeance. Everything, his face broke out like a vengeance, like crazy. And we did 1 treatment on him. We had him all over his forehead, 1 treatment gone. I was so shocked at how well it worked. So if you know anyone who has problems with acne, it's really an amazing treatment. And here's our contact information. If you give us a call, if you have any questions, please feel free to.
So how popular is this outside the Twin Cities?
Arizona, down in Vegas, Phoenix. That's where you're going to see a lot of it. In California, you know, there's a lot in those parts. It's very common. People know about it far more than here. Here, like I said, there's very few people that are doing this machine itself. I know of 1 person who's doing acupuncture with it, so pain management. No one else is doing facial rejuvenation, and 1 person is doing. You can do weight loss with this as well with the frequencies. So it's relatively new. There's people that are doing just microcurrent with facial rejuvenation. A couple of people. The lipo laser. You know that there's more of that. And here in the Minneapolis area.
So with the lipo laser, do you leave and you look better, or do you have what's the timeline of that?
Lipo laser,
instant?
yeah. I mean, most people will notice like inches lost, you know, right away. You feel rejuvenated. You know, some of my clients, like it's so amazing. They'll leave, and all of a sudden, like after they come in for 2 weeks, 2 times a week, all of a sudden their pants are like, their pant size is, you know, they're sagging on their pants. And they've also been doing.
Where's the benefit?
It's really, inches lost is really amazing. Of course, now I've also had people that, you know, they work out, but they go out and they drink wine, and that, you know, and that just doesn't work. If you're going to really want to do this, you know, you take the time to do it, and then, but if you're going and drinking wine after your session, you're really filling it up. And I really just don't want people to have negative effects on it, you know. You don't get bigger, you just don't have the results. But if you want to, you know, take a couple weeks out of your life and focus on it, you really have some great results. I know.
I think that we were drinking wine the first time we tried it. And we saw results.
You still do. You know, I drink wine too, but I try to not after my session for sure. You don't want to do that. You don't want to fill it up right away. So.
Any questions from any of the others?
No, just you guys are the most active, so.
Great.
I'm so glad you all came out and, you know, learned a little bit about what your options are. You know, this is something for maintenance, and it's really great for anyone who would like to give it a try. Give us a call. Thanks.
Good job. It's all about being thinner and looking younger. Thank you, Lee. You're welcome. So, great power lunch, and next month on September 24th, we're going to have another great power lunch. Joe Pepka is going to be speaking. So anybody that knows Joe knows what his slogan is, and that would be that he takes the SH out of IT. So he will be speaking on Windows. It will be a Windows 10 overview, and he will also be talking about the Apple Watch, answering questions. And if you have preliminary questions that you're going to want to have addressed in a PowerPoint, please let any of us know, and we'll make sure that he knows all about it, and he will be prepared. What else, guys? We have a networking event every week. Please join us for those. Check out our events page. Check out our websites. New branding, and they look awesome, if we don't say so ourselves. Praise God. So anyway, thanks, everybody. Have a great rest of the day. And thanks, Lise.
Thank you.
Have a good one. All right.